Two people, both 22 years old, same salary, same city. 18 years later, one has over $1 million. The other, almost nothing. The difference, just $187 per month. Imagine you are 22 years old. You just received your first after-tax paycheck, about $1,800. Not much, but enough to start. And this is where life splits into two directions. Not because you are smarter, not because you are luckier, but because you make a different decision. Very small. Repeated every month. Part 1. Ages 22 to 24, the small decision. On the first path, you do nothing extraordinary. You simply set aside $200 each month. Automatically transfer it into an investment account. No need to think about it again. You do not feel rich. You just begin. On the second path, you are not doing anything wrong either. You buy a slightly better car, eat out a little more often, enjoy life, and that is when the difference begins. Not because of one big decision, but because a system is forming. According to Atomic Habits, your life is the sum of repeated habits. You do not choose the future. You choose daily behaviors, and the future forms on its own. Part 2. Ages 25 to 30, the system begins to operate. At age 25, both get raises. But one person increases investments, maintains a simple lifestyle, begins acquiring the first assets. The other upgrades. The apartment buys more things, spends, according to the new income level. This is what is called lifestyle inflation. According to the psychology of money, income does not make you rich if your spending rises at the same rate. And this is when finances truly begin to diverge. One person begins to own assets, the other begins to own bills. Part 3. Ages 30 to 40, compound interest starts speaking. At age 30, the gap is already significant. But the interesting part is, it is still not the peak, because the most powerful factor is not how much money you have, but the rate at which your money is growing. According to the intelligent investor, compound interest works quietly, but becomes irreversible. One person has invested assets, has cash flow. Money begins to generate more money. The other is still working, still repaying debt, and money flows in the opposite direction. Part 4. The scientific truth, most important. You think this is a story about money? No. This is a story about human behavior. According to thinking, fast and slow humans make decisions based more on emotion than logic. That is why you know you should save, but you do not. You know debt is harmful, but you still use it. You know you should invest, but you delay. Not because you lack knowledge, but because you are wired to prioritize the present. Part 5. The $1 million gap, emotional impact. By age 40, one person has over $1 million in assets, has passive cash flow, has the freedom to choose how to live. The other has stable income, but still has to work, and does not have many choices. Both are hardworking. Both are trying. But one builds a financial system, the other builds a spending system, and the system always beats willpower. If you remember these 4 things, you are already ahead of 90% of people. Automate investing. Do not let emotion decide. Avoid lifestyle inflation. Increasing income is not equal to increasing spending. Buy assets, not image. What generates money is greater than what consumes money. Start early. Even very small. Time matters more than amount. It is not how much money you earn at age 22. It is what system you build with that money. If you could go back to age 22, which path would you choose? Comment below build or spend. And if you are in between, then today is the day you choose again.